and welcome to Cavan TV News and Views. First, I'd like to say thank you to Positive Age for the use of the studio here in Drummondlea Community Centre, Cavan, and to Sarah for the use of the broadband. Well, what a day today was. A beautiful sunny day, up in 23 degrees. The first real day of summer we've had this year. And one gentleman who was driving today in this warm day is the chairperson of Cavan's Older Person Council, and that's Bob Gilbert. No stranger to us here in Cavan. You're very welcome this evening, Bob, and welcome after your long journey today.
Thanks, Áine. Thank you very much.
It's a fabulous day, isn't it?
It's a beautiful day, yes.
And you had to drive to Wexford today.
I did, yes. I had to drive. Unfortunately, a cousin of mine passed away the weekend. He was buried today, so I had to.
So you go to well, you are from that part. You are
I am,
from
yes.
North. You are from the Pale, are you?
No, I am originally from Wexford.
Wexford.
Yes.
Lovely
I'm
part.
a yellow belly.
Yeah, all right. A lovely part of the country. But now, glad to say for the rest of us, you now live in Cavan. How many years now, Bob?
I'm 18 years.
18 years in Cavan, and you're very active in the community, you're proactive in the community, and you are the chair of Cavan's Older People's Council. Now, the Older People's Council, you're going to tell us all about that. We have spoken about it before, but you're doing great things like information evenings. COVID didn't even stop you. You kept going a little bit during COVID, but to get back to the Older People's Council, they're doing information evenings for older people. Now, older people is people who are young people who have retired, really, from any time up then.
Yes, I mean, what is an older person? Like in some African countries, it can be 40 years of age, you know. I suppose in Ireland we tend to think of, maybe 70s, 80s and that. But, I mean, anyone who's retired, you know, is... And even those who aren't retired, because a lot of people now are working past retirement age as well.
Yeah.
So...
I'd like to say that, speaking about retirement, that we, because of our lifestyles and health issue and looking after ourselves better and better medication and everything, we're living longer.
We are.
We're living long past retirement age, and sometimes people get a second win and do the most amazing things in their retirement, and I've spoken to many of them here on Cavan TV. Now, Bob, you're going to give us a taste of what the Cavan's Older People Council does for older people. Well,
we do various things, but I suppose one of the things that we have been doing on a consistent basis is providing information on various aspects affecting their lives, from nutrition to crime prevention,
IT.
You know, all everything in between. We've also run writing workshops and have published 2 books, which maybe we'll talk about at another.
Well, we did speak about them before. They're on ebooks, aren't they?
Yes. The second one is was published recently.
So just before COVID, you used the event space in the library in County Cavan, and you had information evenings. And then, of course, the dreaded COVID-19 hit, and then you went online, or you went Zoom.
Yes, we were running information sessions every Wednesday morning in the event space. Unfortunately, they were only reaching a very limited audience because it was only a local Cavan audience, really, Cavan town audience who were attending there. And we felt that we needed to reach a wider audience, so we decided we would run some roadshows throughout the county. But then COVID hit. So roadshows were ruled out.
Out of the question, yeah.
So instead we went on Zoom. And we had our information sessions on Zoom, and they proved very, very popular. In fact, some of the information sessions we would have had maybe 30 participants, while in the event space we would be averaging maybe 10 participants. So, you know, the Zoom sessions were excellent. But again, they were only reaching a certain audience. We're only reaching I suppose the digital literate audience or the...
Exactly. I was just going to say digital doesn't suit everybody.
Yes.
And then your broadband mightn't be good, or just mightn't be... Yeah. So it doesn't reach everybody.
That has been...
great for those who are savvy, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
So, now that COVID is, I won't say finished, but at least we can move about again.
We can relax a bit,
and we can meet in person. We decided to revive the idea of having roadshows, and with a lot of staunch work from Áine Duffy in the
County Council.
The County Council, yes, it's the social inclusion unit in the council. We have roadshows up and running. First of which takes place in the Bailie Hotel in Baileborough on the 22nd. And it is a 2-hour session or thereabouts, starting at 11 o'clock. And the session will have will be divided into a number of sections. First of all, in one area of the hotel, we will have talks and demonstrations on a number of subjects. For instance, we will have a talk on crime prevention and a demonstration of the Garda property marking machine, which is is available to all communities all throughout the county, not just older people.
That's a new initiative now, Bob. I must admit I haven't heard about
well,
that. Property marking machine.
It's been on the go now for about 2 years before the COVID.
Right, I suppose the farmers have been using it, machinery.
In actual fact, probably the community alert groups have been using it. And what it does is actually marks your property. You mark your
put a code
your air code into, so that if a Garda then comes across stolen property, they can identify the owner by the air code on it.
Yeah. That's great. You have a lot of things, very great information on those evenings. You were telling me earlier. You've got the Garda on crime prevention.
Yes.
You've got some nutritional tips, safety tips. You've got mental health issues. Alone, all these numbers of organisations people can contact via phone if they're feeling vulnerable or they're not feeling well on a day. You've got an interesting thing, exercise on chairs class.
Chair-based exercises, yes. That's actually very popular.
Men and women and men?
Yes, yes. And it's very, very popular in all age groups, particularly with people with mobility problems. Because you can sit in the chair and do whether it be bouncing a ball up and down or throwing a ball to the person in the chair beside you, or doing, maybe leg up and down, a lot of exercises that you would probably do standing up. We would probably do, let's say, better standing up, but it can still be beneficial. Yeah. In a sitting position.
Probably something to suit everybody in one class.
And I mean,
what other kind of things you do? You also give information on courses, and you have at other stages of your work. You've also brought IT training classes to people.
Oh yes, we've had quite a lot of interaction with the ETB, especially on different training courses for older adults. I suppose one of the ones that particular is the IT training, and that we've had actually a number of different organisations give IT training. We had a couple of years ago the TY students in St Pat's College.
I remember that. We've been out there and spoke to them. They
did one-to-one.
That was amazing.
I mean, it's how I suppose people in a certain age group would need to do it, because first of all, they're going to be at different levels. They're going to some of them will need to go over it 4 or 5 times, while maybe another person will only need to go over it once. So they need to be taken at their own pace, not at the pace of the fastest or slowest person in the class. because he would take it at the pace of the fastest person in the class. Those who are slower will give up.
Yeah, and everything is going online nowadays. You're actually, you get discount for booking your insurance and different things online, which is not fair to people who are not IT illiterate, but we're all getting that way, and that's good.
Yeah, but I think and there are still quite a number of people out there who aren't IT illiterate, who maybe for their own reasons don't want to become IT illiterate.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a disadvantage now. Just the simple thing of the Ulster Bank and the banks changing bank now at the moment. Yeah. That is a nightmare for IT literate people.
It is.
So can you imagine what it's like for people that don't understand this at all? It's beyond their comprehension, or they just don't want to know about it.
I'll give you another example of a nightmare for IT literate. Well, I wouldn't say I was 100% literate, but I know my way around.
You're doing well, yeah.
And we're applying for an SCAI grant. They're trying to get solar heating into and it just went on, and it took about 2.5 days. I don't know what we're doing wrong. We seem to be doing everything right, but at the end, when you kind of click on accept or whatever the last action was, it refused to accept it, so I'd start all over again. So
yeah, difficult, and you're quite good at that. And another thing that's not fair as well about IT stuff as well, people who get on with it and get okay, they can save themselves a few pounds, whereas people who don't know the way around this could be costing them money, which isn't fair either. Be in my bonnet about that. But Bob, to get back to the Older People's Council in Cavan, now, is this national or a county thing, or what? Just give me a rundown.
Every local authority in Ireland has an Older Persons Council.
So you're under the auspices of Cavan.
Age Friendly Ireland is the
Cavan County Council.
Cavan County Council.
Right.
And
of course, there again, we must mention Gráinne Boyle. Sorry for interrupting there. You want to mention, I think you did thank Gráinne for the great work she's done with social inclusion and helping you out with these information evenings.
And no matter how often I thank Gráinne Boyle, I still won't be thanking her enough, because she's just been brilliant. And nothing is any bother to her, so she's doing an excellent job. And, we thought a couple of years ago when Emer Coveney left Cavan County Council to take up a position with Age Friendly Ireland, we thought we were going to be lost without Emer. But, we've carried on. And
so you were just about to explain to me there that every county council has these for their county. Right. So now, to join the national the association, how does one go about that?
The Older Persons Council?
Yeah, how do you do that? How do you become a member? Do you become a member or what?
Yeah, well, every older person is eligible to become a member. And that's one of the things we're going to be doing at the roadshow. We're going to have membership forms that people just sign. It's just a matter of just signing your name to a form saying... Yeah,
there we have it on screen. There's the information on there. Do you have to pay anything?
No.
It's a free service.
It's free.
That's great. Yes, great to get something free now in this day and age.
Yes, we have. It's part of government policy now. Age Friendly is very much part of government policy, and there are a number of department secretaries. There's an Age Friendly advisory body. Different national bodies, and there are assistant secretaries from different government departments on those bodies. So it's going high up into government.
That's great, isn't it? That's good.
And can I just
do you think? Sorry.
Say one other thing about Age Friendly in Ireland. Ireland is the first country in the world to be declared age friendly by the World Health Organization. And while we're not all age friendly, the reason that has happened is because every local authority in Ireland. It's the only country where every local authority has signed up to the age-friendly principles. And we're also the only country in the world that has age-friendly airports. We have 2 age-friendly airports, Knock and Shannon. They are now declared age-friendly. And we have just had a railway station be declared age-friendly in Kilkenny. And there's a couple of hospitals about to be declared age-friendly in Ireland. So Ireland is actually world leader in age-friendly.
That's good. That's something to look forward to, Bob.
Yes.
That's great to hear. Now, I was at Peggy Seeger. I don't know if you know her. She's a singer, singer-songwriter, an American lady, but she's lived in Great Britain in Britain somewhere for about 60 years, and she was born in 1935, and she's a folk singer, and she was married to Ewan MacColl at one stage, and she's got one great song, and it's called about the invisible woman. And just because she felt, as she writes her own songs, obviously, but she felt as she got older, she became invisible. Yeah. And she had a very funny song about it, but then she kind of, you just kind of turn it around and you go say, hey, I'm not invisible. I'm here. I've done this. I'm doing that. I'm going to do this. So turn it around and say, hey, I'm not invisible. You might feel invisible or people are treating you so, but turn it around and say, hey, I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, Age-Friendly Ireland now have appointed age-friendly ambassadors in every county. And some of them are very high-profile people. You have the likes of Sean Boylan in Meath. You have Micheál Murhertig in Kerry. Moya Brennan in Donegal. Right. And then you come to Cavan and you have an unknown called Bob Gilbert as an age-friendly ambassador. So, yeah.
And deservedly so, may I say, on the record.
So that's the latest kind of. Again, it's all to do with getting the message out there that older people are visible. They are there.
They're here to stay. They're here for another while anyway. Yes. We're living longer lives. We're living better quality of life. Yeah. And this is the way to go. Yeah, and something to look forward to. Sometimes people years ago used to dread retirement because that was it. End of story. Yeah. Just sit there and wait.
The retirement, so when I was retired, I saw retirement as the beginning of the next phase in my life. And I advise anyone who's retiring to look on retirement as the start of another phase. Whatever that phase may be, but to make sure that they do get involved in something to make that worthwhile. Yeah. Whether it be just playing a game of golf every day, if that's what turns them on, if that's what,
And just, we're coming near the end of the interview now, Bob, and just to say the wonderful things you and your comrades and your colleagues have done, like Anne Donohoe, just to throw out some people there, Anne McKiernan, I know we've spoken to them through the years on Cavan TV. You've been in choirs, you've been in drama, you've written books, like things you would never thought doing 10 years ago.
That's right.
Like, you're like superheroes. You're making dreams come true, like make a wish. You're making dreams come true as well.
Yes, we're making our own dreams come true, and I think that's the advice I would give to anyone retiring. I've always maintained that you must have a dream, and the dream may change as you go along, but you need to have that dream. You need to have something to drive you. And I can't remember it now, but I did write a poem about it one time, having a dream. Yeah. And what is, sometimes a person may need help to achieve their dream. But nevertheless.
That's what it's all about, Bob. Yeah. And that's what you're telling us about this evening. Yeah. That's what your information evenings are about. Now, folks, take it from Bob. Take it to those who've been there and done that. You must get out there. Join the association. Join Cavan Older Peoples. Join Positive Age. Have your little dream. maybe don't tell anybody about it, but make it work. And as Bob very well put it there, retirement, maybe an illness, something, maybe loss of your partner, whatever it is, this is the move on to the next phase. Make it your best phase.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Bob?
That's right, yeah, yes. And just as a kind of footnote or side, some people who fear old age and who are maybe in their 60s and who are fearing, retirement, old age, it has been proved through surveys that 69 is the happiest year of people's lives. They are happier at 69 than they've ever been before in their lives.
That's wonderful.
And
that's
something
great,
something for those under 69 to look forward to.
Yeah. So there you are, folks. You heard it from the man who's done it all himself. So be out there and do it. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for your words and words of encouragement to tell people to get out there and do it.
Thanks very much.
And success with your evenings as well. So there you are, folks. You can log on to Cavan Older People, yeah?
Cavan County Council. We don't have our own website.
So go on to Cavan County Council,
yes.
Older People's
Council. The Cavan, the
information is there, as you can see there coming up on your screen.
There is a site now, and I wasn't aware that it was actually up and running, because last time I looked it was still not there, but Age Friendly at Cavan County Council, that's where we can be found.
Okay, Bob, that's great.
Thanks again, Áine, for.
Thank you, and great words of encouragement there. You make it seem so easy, and it is.
It is easy.
It is easy, and it's good, and it's friendly. So that's it, folks. Thanks very much once again on the warmest day of the year so far for Bob coming into the studio. Thank you for watching Cavan TV's News and Views, and do take care.